Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and otherwise. I'm Lamar Haven. Welcome back to 9 Hours, 9 Persons, 9 Doors. Yes, I would like to load from the last save. When last we left our heroes, we're going through a new door. After we had just gotten through this room. Oh, no, we were in a new room, right. We're now currently in the storage room. And we're trying to find our way out. Now then, I'd like to recap some of my theories before we continue on with today's stream. At this moment in time, two people we know of are dead. They are Snake and whoever was number 9. Now, Snake was actually murdered. 9 got himself killed by breaking the rules. 99 is a hype game, favorite of all time. Well, I'm glad you enjoy it, and I hope you will enjoy my blind playthrough. I'm going to go over some of my theories that I've got so far. So, Snake was murdered. He was pushed through door number 3, and then left to die. Now, the only combination of people at the time that could have pulled that off were Mountain and Santa, or Ace and Lotus. While Lotus is extremely suspicious because someone managed to take apart the devices and put them back together, and she definitely has the technical knowledge to do that, which she has not necessarily hidden, but not exactly volunteered the information that she knows this. I suspect Santa and Mountain. And 7, sorry. I suspect Santa and 7. Because what I think is 7 is brainwashed or faking his amnesia. If he's brainwashed, then some trigger phrase could cause him to follow orders, and then he'll forget everything afterwards. That's what I suspect is happening. And I think Santa's the one in charge. I think Santa is 0. Now, obviously no confirm nor deny, folks, because blind playthrough will let the story progress and we'll find out with each other. I call him Mountain because that's what they call him in the beginning. But let's go ahead and see if we can find our way out of this room, because I have other theories too. But I'm gonna pepper them throughout today. These crates are quite large. They seem to be tied to one another with sturdy straps. There are a bunch of bags here. I wonder what's in them. I love hearing early game theories from people. Oh, it's 9! A card with the 9th man's face printed on it. What's that? It's a card. It has a headshot on it. A headshot? Yeah, I'm not really sure what the purpose could possibly serve. It's for, like, card readers and stuff. Come on. These crates are a little smaller than the others. They look like they're the children of the other crates. Junpei, that sounds like some sort of fairy tale. Isn't there a movie literally called The Boxes or something that came out like a few months ago or something? Or maybe a year ago even? Really? I don't know, man. You ever think about how crates would reproduce? Doesn't sound like a fairy tale to me. Crates don't... Junpei, you dork. You colossal dork. I love you. A box. There's nothing inside. Santa! Wait. Either we're in a situation where everybody has one of these cards, or we're in a situation where very specific people have these cards. Now, this does support my theory that Santa's behind it and 9 is working with him. Did I miss much? See you in the same room as last time? You missed like 4 minutes and me going over some of my theories about the game. That's all. A card with Santa's face printed on it. I don't suppose they combine. They did seem like they might, because look at where that is there. Where that is, oh, never mind. No, his name is Xbot. Never mind. Overthinking. There are 3 crates here stacked like stairs. If we climb up here, I think we can get over the fence. Junpei, think you can take a look over that? Sorry, but no thanks. Why? I've had a bad feeling about it. Pussy. Okay, fine. I'll go. Please be careful, Santa. Yeah, but just in case. Wait, what's he gonna do with that screw? I don't see that throwing a screw of the fence is... Holy shit! It was electrified! Oh man. There's electricity running through that fence. Looks like it. Then we can't get to the other side. Well, we could jump off those crates, but we wouldn't be able to get back. Then let's not, and say we did. Clearly I'm behind the whole thing. Well, you do have 0 in your name. Okay, there goes that theory. Card with Clover's face printed on it. Snake? Is that Snake's card? Yeah, you want to see it? No, that's fine. So it just has a face. All of our faces are on it. These stairs go up 3 stories. What are you waiting for, Junpei? Whatever, I'm going. This is the only door here, except for the one we just came through. Then this is the exit. No shit, Sherlock. Of course it's locked. Is it an electronic lock? Just a keyhole right in the doorknob. So to open this door, we gotta find the key that fits the keyhole. Yeah. Do you have anything on the backside? I checked them all. Actually, I didn't check I didn't check these 2. But so far, no. But that's a good point. I should check all of them. I don't know what's in these barrels. Judging by their weight, perhaps a liquid of some sort. Oh! Well, okay then. Clover. You are a 4-leaf clover, so you're 4. It's locked. We need the key. All the boxes have numbers on them. Do they? Oh. Ace bent down and picked up something that had been sitting next to the box. Junpei, take a look at this. Cards. Oh, well, there's another one. It's a picture of Lotus on this card. Man, her hair is ridiculous. It's like clay or something. Says the pot to the kettle. Okay, Clover is 8. Yep. Number boxes and cards with pictures of all of us. Does that mean we need to collect the cards we don't have? Okay, so I guess we don't get to do this yet. Hey! More cards. It's mine! Not cool, man. I took this picture without my permission. It looks pretty cool, though. You look really handsome in this picture. Hey, knock it off, lovebirds. What? We're not a couple. Not at all. Not in any way. Aww. Who's your most and least favorite character at this point? That is a very good question. See, the problem is, I suspect everyone, even the main character. Junpei is not above suspicion at this point, because if this is made by the same people as Danganronpa, we got a problem. June is freaking adorable. Repeatedly search Junpei's card. We will in a sec. This must be... Oh no, don't look at it! I'm not cute at all. I'm not photogenic, and I don't look sexy either. Next to Clover, my skin is gross. I'm not sexy like Lotus. I know guys go for women who look like Lotus. But, I'm trying too. I'm doing the best I can. So please don't call me a board, or trash can, or cutting board. Wait a minute. I haven't said anything like that. Have I? Okay, we're gonna look at both of theirs multiple times. There's a pretty cool looking dude on this card. I can't take my eyes off it. Pretty cool looking dude on this card. I feel enraptured. Pretty cool looking dude on this card. I just want to rub my face on it. Pretty cool dude. I want to eat it. Wait, what? Now we're getting weird. It belongs in a shrine. It belongs in a museum. I bet I could get quite a bit of this online. Okay, we were talking about favorite characters. June's definitely up there. But, okay, here's the thing. Any character that I say is my favorite is already tainted with, I want to make this clear, I literally suspect everyone. Every single person on this list, which is everybody, could be 0, except potentially 9. And Snake, because they're dead. They're super dead. And even that doesn't necessarily cut them off the list. Alright, Snake was pretty awesome. I like Snake, so he's at the top of that list. So him and June are probably 2 of my favorites. Least favorite? Keep in mind, I don't hate them as characters. I hate them as people. Actually, I don't really have a list for that. I don't really have a list for that. So I don't really hate anybody. This card has a picture of June on it. Aww. I wanted him to, like, compliment her and try and flirt. Badly. We've searched all the boxes. There's nothing in them. The door leads to the steam engine room. Wait, wasn't there a third door up here? No, there's something up here, though. There's a metal panel over the outside window. What? Well, there's 6 holes here. They look like jacks for a headphone cable. I really dislike Lotus, but I have a feeling that the purpose is mislead the player into thinking she's something to do with Zero. Here's the thing about Lotus. The thing with the red from last time, but still. Here's the thing about Lotus. I think she's actually acting pretty logically. She's thinking, okay, how do I make sure I get through door number 9? I need certain people gone. I need certain people with me. How do I make that happen? So yeah, she's cold, but I don't think I dislike her. It's understandable that someone would act like that in this situation. I emote to censor when I say when it's spoilerish. So, of course, I do suspect Lotus of some wrongdoing at this point. I suspect she's manipulating some things behind the scenes, but I really don't think she's Zero. I think she's the least likely candidate to be Zero, actually. Which is weird, since we have people like Clover and so on. Jacks, huh? Then maybe if we put something in them, yeah, something might happen. Well, we don't have any jacks. This looks like it's covering something. It looks like some kind of little shutter. Maybe it'll open if you do something. It's gonna come out of it if it does open. Yeah, like I know that. I'm guessing this has to do with the boxes. There are several lights here with numbers from 1 to 9. Only the light with the 9 on it is lit. The monitor's off. It's got a green switch here and a red one, and some kind of lever. None of them seem to be doing anything, though. Maybe the power's off. Yeah, maybe. There's a single green light on the bottom, though. That means I just gotta follow. Thank you, Sigmund Zero. Looks like it's not powered right now. There's a green light on the bottom, though. So this part's powered, this part's not. Let's go look for more cards. The least likely candidate, huh? June to Zero confirmed. Honestly, I've said it before, pulling the waifu is the killer card is something they would do. Is absolutely something they would do. Hope you catch future stream. Sigmund Zero, just remember, thank you for coming, and this gets cross-watched by YouTube, so it'll be on Twitch as a highlight and on YouTube, hopefully by later tonight. So if you want to come by to watch them after that... Oh wait, there's a gag on the floor. There's 7. This is 7's card. And this is supposed to be a trading card. It's not a very good one. Alright, do I have enough cards yet? I don't have all 9, but let me open stuff. I'm gonna need all 9 cards. Okay, how many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need one more. She's so innocent and nice. Yeah, that sounds exactly like someone who could trick you. Oh, there we go. It's Ace. You look like some kind of European lord. Oh, my headshot. You want to see it? It's actually a pretty good picture. No, I don't need to see it. In fact, we really ought to get back to our search. Nothing on the back. Alright, that's the last card we needed. It had finally collected all 9 picture cards. All that remained was to insert the cards in the slots in the front of each box. Junpei stared at the cards in his hand. Ace peered over his shoulder at them. You know which card goes in which box, yes? Junpei gave him a look. Yeah, of course I do. It's really obvious. You just match our numbers to the numbers on the boxes. So for instance, the card with the picture of Ace goes on box 1. The card with the picture of Snake goes on box 2. So on. I see. Junpei thought he might have imagined it, but he could have sworn Ace stiffened. Just then, Junpei heard a noise. He spun around just in time to see June collapse in front of the fence. June, are you okay? She did not respond. Junpei spun her back around to face Ace. I'm sorry, I gotta go check on her. You do the box thing, alright? Huh? Just put the cards in the boxes. I'm counting on you. He shoved the cards into Ace's hand and ran off towards June. Are you alright? What happened? Junpei called out to her as he ran. As he arrived, June was climbing under her feet with Santa's help. I'm sorry. I'm fine. I just tripped. Don't give me that. Now's not the time. But it's true. I tripped over a box. Junpei put his palm over his forehead. On her forehead. Her temperature was the same as it had been last time he checked. She wasn't hot, like she'd been before, but she was still warm. Her fever wasn't completely gone. I saw her fall. I think she really did just trip on something, you know? Junpei would have been more willing to agree if June hadn't needed quite so much help standing up. Still, to fall down like that, I think she's probably still a little messed up. June was doing her best to busy herself brushing dust off of her dress. Her smile looked a little embarrassed and her face a bit flushed. But she did look a great deal better than she had. I don't think my heart could take it if she ends up being evil. I thought her recovering so quickly was kind of suspicious. I don't think she recovered quickly at all. I think she's hiding it. Still. Alright, well, let's get out of here as fast as we can so we can get you to the hospital. Oh, I don't think it's anything that serious. I just need a little medicine and some sleep and I'll be fine. Medicine? Medicine, huh? Well, if we can get in touch with anyone outside, I'll bet Ace could swing that for you easy. Ace? Why? Huh? Don't you know? He's the president of a pharmaceutical company. Oh, really? Cradle Pharmaceutical is the name, I think. Their flagship product is an anesthetic drug called Sobril? Like the anesthetic he had on hand? You didn't find that in the... Did he actually find that in the nurse's office? Sobril? Sobril. Junpei couldn't shake the feeling that he heard about Sobril before. Santa continued. Sobril. Okay, so, this actually leads to one of my other theories about the motive of Zero. If my theory is correct that Santa is Zero, I have a feeling it has to do with the death of his little sister and the death of his parents. He has multiple tragedies in his life, and yet he doesn't seem affected by it much at all. But as soon as he gets a memory of his sister, he gets all somber and quiet and everything. No, it's affecting him. Also, he's a closet math geek, so one of my other reasons why I think he's Zero. I think this is important. Every single character probably has a connection to those accidents or problems. I think I remember Santa specifically saying she was killed in an accident, not she died in an accident, which is very specific wording. When you say someone is killed in an accident, you usually find a lot of blame to the people who caused the accident. And this, Ace being the head of the pharmaceutical company, I bet, especially one that's anesthetic, that might have saved her, or at least let her feel less pain, or whatever, whenever she was hit and hurt. I bet that's linked to that. And, 7 has amnesia, possibly from brain damage and scars and everything he got from being in an accident. Snake, he lost one arm and his eyesight in an accident, which affects Clover. So the question is, are Junpei and June linked to an accident as well? But this links, so far, everybody except Lotus and 9. But Lotus, I bet, is linked through her computer hacker skills. She wasn't always a white hat, after all. And 9, we don't know much about yet. Sopril is an anesthetic that is gaseous at room temperature, similar to nitrous oxide. It takes only a few seconds to spread, and even a small amount is very effective. For these reasons, it's found widespread acceptance with police and military forces in numerous countries. It was an effective crowd suppressant and room clearer, and is practical, ethical, and humane. It also can be used to kidnap people, I'll bet. Developed 6 years prior. 6 years? Didn't his sister die 9 years ago? Damn. Maybe I'm wrong. It was made from the extracts of several different roots. It became popular almost as soon as it was made public, with many governments placing large orders. Demand for Sopril skyrocketed, and as it did, so did stock of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. Why do you know all this? Santa's information was interesting, but Junpei couldn't help feel a little suspicious. Santa's reply was blunt and simple. I heard it from the old man himself. From Ace? When? I even connect all those things to accident. Keep in mind, I am making some huge leaps of logic. Like, that right there might have just canceled my entire theory out. Maybe Ace isn't connected to that accident, because the accident supposedly happened 9 years ago. I remember specifically because 9's a huge thing in this game. But everything else, there is a potential connection. In the entire Zero, there's one of two possibilities for why everybody's here. Zero randomly chose them, or Zero had a purpose for choosing them. I'm guessing there's a purpose. By the number 4 door at the central stairway. When we were doing the searching in the second class room. Remember how Snake 7 and you went door 5? I asked him what he did for a living, and he said he ran his own company. After that, we just started talking, and I guess it just came up, you know? Are you worried about something? No, nothing. As he spoke, Junpei looked toward Ace. He seemed to be having difficulty with the 9 boxes. What the hell is he doing? He turned back to June and Santa. June, don't push yourself, alright? Yes. Santa, could you take care of her? Sure. He gave them both a short nod and turned and headed toward Ace. Why is Ace having trouble with this? What are you doing? Ace's back was to him as Junpei approached. The older man turned around to look at him. His face was pale and covered in sweat. What happened? Nothing. My vision has gotten rather blurry. I think it perhaps because of fatigue. I can't see very well at the moment. Why can't you see well? Is there a side effect of the drug? Is that why Snake can't see? These pictures. Ace held the cards up to Junpei, splayed out in the shape of a fan. I don't care to admit, but I may be developing presbyopia. Growing old is a difficult thing. Isn't that the one where you can't see faces? He made his best attempt he could at self-depreciating smile, but his face was flushed and his lips were pale and drawn. At any rate, I'll leave the rest to you. I'm feeling awfully tired, so if you don't mind, I'd like to rest for a bit. He shoved the cards in Junpei's hand and walked quickly away. Junpei looked at him quizzically. How could simply looking at cards have tired him out? Junpei looked down at the cards in his hand. All of the pictures were quite clear, and each person easily recognizable. Was Ace's vision truly so bad? But if it wasn't, what made him so uncomfortable? That was when Junpei remembered what he'd heard from Lotus earlier. Prosopagnosia. Well, simply put, it means a condition where the mind can't distinguish between human faces. Right, presbyopia is something else. So, but I'm still on the right track. I don't think Ace can recognize faces, which could be huge if we're talking about his past, and he meets somebody from his past, but he's like, oh, I don't recognize them. Yeah, because you don't see faces. In other words, my face would look the same as Clover's, or even yours. So they can't remember faces, which is how most people recognize each other. That means that people with prosopagnosia have trouble recognizing even people they're close to. Maybe he's got prosopagnosia? Junpei took another look at Ace. Age-related nearsightedness is what it is? Oh. In that case, I got an early onset of that. Alright. Junpei took another look at Ace. He sat at the base of the stairs, looking quite depressed. It was reasonable, of course, that he'd feel that way. If he really did have prosopagnosia, there is no doubt it was a depressing and painful experience. Still, Junpei didn't feel like patting him on the shoulder and telling him everything would be alright would help that much. Still, Junpei felt perhaps it was the best to keep Ace's condition to himself, at least for the time being. Oh well. Doing his best to clear his mind of the task at hand, he turned back toward the boxes. It was time to solve the puzzle of the 9 boxes. 9 cards with pictures in 9 boxes. Junpei stared at them for a moment and then began. Ace's card in box number 1, Snake's went in box 2, Santa's card in box 3, Clover's in box 4, Junpei's in 5, June's in a 6, 7 into 7, and Lotus into 8. And finally, 9th man went into box 9. As soon as he'd inserted all the cards, all 9 box lids opened at once. He peered inside. In each box was a single pin. They looked like sewing pins, but much thicker. Junpei collected them all quickly and shoved them into his pocket. Did you take note that each one was in the right numbered boxes, because they might not have been? Okay, well I guess it's not important, they probably were. Do you think her bringing it up was a coincidence? It's possible. From a game design standpoint, that's not a well-known condition. So if they wanted to add it to the game, they'd have to explain it beforehand. These look like the kind of pins used for sewing. There are 9 of them in total, and they have numbers that run from 1 to 9. So it's entirely possible that her mentioning that was just a coincidence meant to explain things to us, the gamer. That said, it's also possible that it's not a coincidence. So, you know. There's 6 holes here, and it looks like the pins I just found would fit perfect for them. The ones you found in the 9 boxes, right? Well, why don't you try it? Alright, let's see what happens. I think 2, 4, and 6 should go in the top part, and 3, 5, 7 on the bottom part. Well, some of them lit up. Yeah, 3 and 6. I wonder if there's some kind of rule that determines which lights go on. Well, I put 2, 4, and 6 pins on the top part, and 3, 5, 7 on the bottom. You think maybe it's a digital root? A digital root? That gets 3, therefore light 3 turns on. It's 15, that's digital root 6, therefore light 6 turns on. Makes sense, right? I see. The lights that match the digital root of the pins inserted in top and lower parts will line up. So that's how it works. Well, there's one thing I'd like to check. Well, if he wants to try, he's certainly welcome to. So he put in 1, 2, and 3 pins on the top, and 6, 7, 8 pins on the bottom. Oh. They turned off. 21, digital root 21 is 3, therefore light 3 turns off. 6, digital root 6 is 6, therefore light 6 turns off. Oh, I get it now. If the digital root for pins you insert is the same number as the lights that are lit, those lights turn off. Yeah, looks like that's the trick. Alright, now that we know how it works, you want to give it a try? Wait, you mean you know what we're supposed to do with these lights? Well, no, but I figure we can at least see and we can try and get them all on, you know? I figure something's gonna happen if we manage that. Turn on the lights, huh? Okay, Junpei, let's make sure we know how this works, alright? Pick one of the 6 holes. Then pick one of the pins in hand and insert it into the hole. Keep it up until all 6 holes are filled. That's what she said. Once all the holes are filled, the lights with the numbers that correspond to digital roots of the pins in the upper and lower parts will turn on. However, if digital root corresponds to a light that's already on, that light will be turned off. The goal is to turn all the lights on. Alright, let's do it. Okay. So the lowest digital root I can form with this, with just single digits, is 6. Bam! That did nothing. Because they both formed to 6, didn't they? Yep! Whoopsie! I'm an idiot. I'm just gonna put in some random numbers at first, because it doesn't really matter. Bam! Alright, let's get a digital root of 2. So I need a 13. So let's get a 13. Alright, and let's see if I can get a 4. So I need 15. Alright, let's get a digital root of 2, so I need 13. Theorizing, mumble, mumble, puzzle, mumble, mumble. That's what she said. Back to mumble puzzling. What can I say? I got nothing for you. I don't know. Alright, let's see if we can get a 19 going. That's 13. No. That's 15. Oh, I messed something up. Whoopsie. To get a 1, I need 10. So 3, 2, 5. To get a 2, I need a 13. So hell? I'm mathing this wrong. I'm really mathing this wrong. 14. To get a 4, I need a 13. So... there. Yeah, that gets me a 4. So now I need a 11. I'm definitely mathing this wrong. A digital root I keep screwing up. Alright, so get 11. That's this, and this. Okay, so I need a 7 and an 8. So that means I need a 17 and a 16. No, I can't do it like that. Okay, that's 17, I need a 16. There we go. That took me way longer than it should have. F. Honestly, I think that was at least a C-. All the lights are on and the shutter opened up. Hey, does this mean... Yeah, we gotta do it again. Man, I thought I was doing so well. Okay, so we've got 9 holes, and there's an F above them. I don't know what F means, but I do know one thing. What's that? This time there are 9 holes, so we need to insert 9 pins. Man, that's boring. Why don't you just try it, alright? An F. Do I really need to insert 9 pins? I'm just put in random ones. Nope. You think maybe this F means 15? 15? Yeah, 15 in base 10 is F in hex, right? The hell? How am I supposed to know that? You're right. Yeah, that's gotta be it. Alright, let's give this one more shot. So how do I get 15? Oh, I see those little dots now. I need everything to equal 15. Oh, it's one of these damn puzzles. Oh, God. Why? No. I hate these. Urgh. Not good at these. Alright. Alright, to get 15, it didn't even give me anything to start with. Fucking Sudoku. I'm good at Sudoku, sort of. Alright, let's get a 15 across left to right. No, it's more math. Yeah. Alright, so to get a 15 this way, I need... No, I would need 2 3s, so... There, that's a 15. To get a 15 this way... Oh, I can't do it with 9 in the middle. It's too much. I can't do it with 9 there. Now that I think about it, I don't think I can do it with 9 anywhere, could I? No, I can. Never mind. 9 has to be in one of these spots. Five. I don't have a 10, so... let's put the 1 here, and the 5 here, 4 here, 2 here. That's 9, so I need a 6 here. 7. I need 8 here. That's 15. I need 3 here, and a 7 here. Cool! There we go! All pins inserted, all lights lit. We did it! The power's on now. It looks like there's electricity going through the monitor on top now. Alright, let's see if we can activate the device on top. Oh, never mind. Green button, a red button, and a lever. I wonder which of these, what these do. I think this might help. What the hell is this? Where'd you find this? What is that? Where'd you find it? I found it when you were messing around with the pinholes. Looks like instructions for this sort of thing. For this thing. According to what it says here, this thing's a remote control for that. That? Yeah, that. What he's pointing to. Oh, machine over there. Apparently it's called a Pushmaster 5000. Are you serious? Whatever. So what are we supposed to do with the Pushmaster 5000? You see the coffin over the top of the crates? Yeah. Don't you want to know what the deal is with it? I do. You want to check it out? Yeah? Alright. How do you think we're going to do that? Here, get that there. Well, there's some crates on the right side of the fence that someone piled up, like stairs. Maybe we make a path to the coffin from there? How would we do that? Line up the crates, I guess? Yeah, that's about right. I guess it's just another of Zero's puzzles. Yeah. Anyway, let's give it a shot. Looks like the Pushmaster 5000 runs off a battery, so to keep it from using up its energy too fast, it's been programmed so it'll only start moving once the path has been completely programmed in. Alright, I'll keep that in mind. New material has been added to the file screen. Pushmaster 5000 instructions. You can move in 4 directions. You cannot move diagonally. If Pushmaster 5000's move count exceeds the battery life, it will be reset. Cannot lift heavy objects. So no on the steel ones, yes on the wood. Green is reset, red is return, and lever is start. The monitor shows a top-down view of the area where we can move the machine. Once I want to send my orders to Pushmaster 5000, I just pull the lever. Alright, let's give this a try. Sure thing. Just keep in mind that there's a limit on the battery, alright? Battery dies after 50 moves. At least that's what it says in the manual. 50 moves, huh? Also, keep in mind that Pushmaster 5000 can't move heavy metal crates, okay? Got it. I just read the instructions. When a square adjacent to the Pushmaster 5000 is touched, the Pushmaster 5000 will move to that square. If there's a crate in the way, the Pushmaster 5000 will push it up to a single crate. Move the crates appropriate and efficiently, and fill the yellow areas. Hey, Death Lotus! Can't move them. Okay, reset. I've already goofed. I can't move these up. That's a no-no. So I do need to move these like this somehow. Block pushing puzzles. They're back with a vengeance. I know. I've goofed already. Okay. Why would you do this to me, game? Reset. Oh god. I thought I had it pretty close too. No. Nope. I know how to operate it, thank you. Oh, this is so awful. What's funny is my background on my computer changes to different things, and it just changed to a Professor Layton background. It's taunting me. Oh. Puzzles are getting trickier, yeah. Actually, I think I see one of the things I'm doing wrong. No. Did it! Okay, I'm done putting in the program. What should I do next? Just be quiet and watch. See? It's moving already. Go, Pushmaster 5000! Awesome! The Pushmaster 5000 did what I told it to and lined up the crates. Great, now we can reach the coffin. We just need to climb those crates over the fence. Dangerous fence, by the way, in case we didn't forget. In case we forgot, I mean. Open Sesame! They walked slowly past the row of crates until they came to the coffin. They stopped and nodded to one another, and Junpei put his hand on the lid of the coffin. Mommy! Just kidding. He smirked heartily at his own joke. Junpei grumbled and shook his head. Whatever, just open it. Junpei resisted the urge to remind Santa that he would have had it open a long time ago if Santa hadn't interrupted, and quickly threw open the lid of the coffin. They peered inside. It's a golden gun! Contrary to what they expected, the inside of the coffin was quite large. It was mostly empty, but not completely so. Laying on the bottom was a rusty key. And next to the key... It's a gun! Yeah, a revolver. It looks pretty old. I wonder if this is a replica. Oh, you can see details now, can you, Ace? Junpei reached down slowly and cautiously picked up the revolver. In his hand, it felt heavy. He checked the cylinder. There were 6 bullets. He'd never seen a real gun, or even a real bullet before. He couldn't tell if these were real or not. The barrel was rifled, and nothing seemed to be blocking it. Don't tell me you looked down the barrel of a gun that is obviously loaded! You idiot! 9 persons! As Ace had said, the gun was a very old one. However, it appeared to have been well maintained. If it was a real gun, Junpei thought it would most likely function perfectly. If it was real. Holding the gun made Junpei feel unpleasant. Carefully placed it back in the coffin. You're not gonna take it? Of course not. All something like this is gonna do is cause more trouble. It's a powerful weapon that gives a person a huge advantage. Something like that would be way too dangerous to have around. We're in enough danger already. Yeah, I suppose you're right. Maybe Zero put this gun here hoping something like that might happen. In other words, maybe he put it here to make us fight each other. In that case, we should most certainly leave it here. I, for one, have no desire to let Zero control me. The others nodded. They had no desire to be under Zero's control either. You're lagging behind quite a bit. No, you're not lagging that far behind. I just took a minute to respond. If you ever want to know like how far you're lagging behind, type something in chat and then wait for it to appear on your screen, because it'll appear on Twitch, my Twitch chat. As soon as I see it in chat, it appears on the OBS screen. So that's the best way to figure that out. The others nodded. They had no desire to be under Zero's control either. Aren't you gonna leave that key in there? You aren't gonna leave that key in there, are you? Yeah, of course not. Junpei picked up the rusty key and slid it on top, the top of the coffin back into place. Put the gun back in where they found it. Rusty key. Oh, rusty key. Maybe I can use this. Let's just put the key in here, and yes! Sounds like that did it. Yay! Looks like it's open, Jumpy. I say, this key should open this door. Hey, what are you waiting for? Let's go! Yes! It's opening! Oh, so I guess you are lagging behind pretty badly. Oh, that happens. The hallway that left the cargo room headed straight toward the stern, which I guess is a direction I'm supposed to know. Junpei and the other 3 proceeded down it, silently. Some distance along it, a large room opened up on the left-hand side. It looked familiar. An iron gate covered each of the elevators. Junpei and his companions drew to a stop and began to discuss what their next move should be. We've seen this elevator before. We got off one on the left just a while ago. Then we went through the number 6 door, and that took us to the engine room. Yes, and after that we passed through the cargo room. And now we're back here. In other words, we made a loop. We're back where we started. Wait, usually when we do these loops, we get a key that isn't a rusty key. We get a symbol key. But we didn't get one this time. Junpei approached the elevator. But are we on the other side? The other elevator? Gently push the triangle button in the wall next to it. A moment passed. I think we're in a different elevator, though. I think that's it. We're on the other side of the fence. The elevator door opened. And shut. Pushing the button had apparently restored power to the elevator. The elevator was now functional. Okay, that's our new path. What do we do? Should we return to C-Deck? No, this hallway keeps going. Even if we do end up going back, I think we should see what's down there first. I agree. Let's go. Their decision made, Junpei and his companions left the elevator behind and continued down the hallway. Sometime later, Santa, who had been walking several paces in front of the rest, suddenly stopped. Set in the wall in front of him was a door. So far as Junpei could see, there was no other way to proceed. Lotus? Oh, you were talking about Death Lotus. I was like, wait, Lotus isn't here. Death Lotus is. Wrong Lotus. It was the door or nothing. Alright, let's open it. Junpei took a deep breath, readied himself, then grabbed the doorknob and pulled the door open. He paused for a moment and stepped through into the room. And there he saw the number that had hung on over their heads since they'd woken up. We found the number 9 door. Like the numbers on every other door, this too was a rough shape made of red paint. Its door was set in the back wall of the room. Junpei leapt toward it in a sudden burst of hopeful energy. It was a large double door, heavy and full of solemn importance. The Thunderful audio? I'm assuming you meant wonderful. And that's all me. And some of the music of the game. He grabbed hold of the door handle and shook. Nothing, but he hadn't expected it to open. Not with the red right next to it. Red sat on the wall next to the door. Screen read vacant. Finally, they'd found it. Junpei felt himself overwhelmed by a torrent of emotion. At last, they found the exit, but cold gripped his heart, and he knew it all too well why. As he stood frozen, unsure of what to think or feel. Junpei, look! Behind you! He spun around, and he couldn't believe what he saw. It was a door with the number 9 written across it. There's multiple number 9 doors! This could be a good thing, okay? My theory is they both lead to the exit, and there's just multiple number 9 doors, so we don't have to leave anybody behind, right? 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 Across it was there a second door? Why? Junpei's voice was barely audible even to himself. He stumbled toward the second door as if somehow compelled. It was a small single door. It sat in the starboard corner of the room. Apparently I'm supposed to know these directions. On the same wall as the door they'd entered from, but in the opposite corner, 9. There was no mistaking it. A red sat on the wall next to the door as well. Junpei shook the door handle pointlessly and muttered to himself, Why? Why in the hell are there 2 doors? It was Santa who answered. There were always 2 doors. Just think about it. Zero never said there's only 1 door with 9 on it. It's hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek a door that carries a 9. Of course, we just assumed there was only 1. After all, why would there be more than 1? Oh man. Jeez. Junpei was stunned. Zero's trick had taken him completely by surprise. There were 2 doors. That meant that all 9 people who had met in the central staircase could escape and leave no one behind. Uh-oh. Now the reason for the bracelet numbers being 1 through 9 was clear. Divided in 2, the digital root for both teams would be 9. For instance, 1, 2, 7, 8, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. Digital root both teams would be 9. Or, digital root would also be 9. There are many other workable combinations, but they all ended the same way, with the digital root of 9. That's what I'm thinking, Meta Knight. What if they screwed themselves? What if 9 dying and Snake being gone is going to make it so they can't make 2 groups of 9? What did that mean? The answer was quite simple. From the very beginning, the Nonary game was designed to save all 9 people. Zero hadn't been lying. Zero had never said there was only one door. Anyone who found themselves in a game would have assumed that was the case. Fights would have broken out. Our team would likely betray or deceive each other. So Lotus fell right into that trap. And actually, technically I did, because I understood how Lotus was feeling. Someone might be hurt. Someone might be killed. Eventually they would reach the room Junpei now found himself in and realize the pointlessness of whatever violence they'd visit upon each other. There were 2 doors. No need to kill each other. They'd understand and be appalled, overwhelmed with the guilt at what they'd done. If this is true, if his theory is correct, then that means Santa could not be Zero. He could still be the one who killed Snake. He could not be Zero, because he would not have instigated any murders. He would have let them do it themselves. So that makes Lotus back at near the top of the list of people who could have done it. Damn it! The suspects are only getting worse. Perhaps that was the purpose of the game. That was how the Nonary game was meant to be played. Fortunately, they hadn't started to fight each other. At least not yet. But if one misstep was made, if the wrong mistakes happened, the stakes would rise and the noose would tighten. The thought of it sent a chill down his spine. So, what are we gonna do, Junpei? A voice broke through Junpei's frantic thoughts. Santa's voice brought Junpei back to his senses. No use worrying about the future. He needed to figure out what they were going to do next. There were 4 people in the room. Ace, Santa, Junpei, and June. The bracelet numbers were 1356. The digital root would be 6. In other words, the 4 of them couldn't open a door with the number 9. What if there were only 3? Could door 9 be opened with 3 of them? It took him no time at all to determine the answer. There's only one combination of 3 people that would make a digital root of 9. 1, 3, and 5. That would mean... No! No, we gotta go back! There wasn't a possibility he was willing to consider. Santa and Ace agreed. We're not leaving June behind. Yep, I agree. We cannot leave June behind. Junpei let out a breath he hadn't realized he'd been holding. Are you sure? I don't mind staying. June's body betrayed her true feelings. Her eyes were wet with the beginnings of tears and her legs shook. It's okay. There's no way we'd leave you behind. Santa had said what Junpei had known the moment and realized 3 people could go through the door. Besides, I'd rather drown at the bottom of the ocean than escape this sausage fest. Maybe I'll go back to Atlanta. I'll get to go to Atlanta. Are you sure you don't mean Atlantis? Hi. Okay, so my parents' cat just came into the house, into my room, and onto my desk, and she is kind of soaked. So apparently it's raining outside. Can you not walk all over my notes when you're completely soaking wet? Troll face. Thank you. Oh, right. Perhaps this is some reassurance that no one wanted to leave June behind, but Junpei laughed harder than he had in a long time. Santa and Ace smiled. You guys. June blinked tears from her eyes and bit her lip. She didn't know what else to say. Very well. Best we head back to C-Deck then. We should be able to take the elevator we passed earlier. Perhaps Clover, 7, and Lotus will have returned from door 1. Even as they spoke, they knew that finding the others wouldn't improve the situation. Well, of course Junpei meant to say Atlantis. Yeah, she left immediately as soon as I put her off the desk. She just wanted to let me know it's wet. There was no way they could be split into teams that could both go through the doors. Ace knew it. They all knew it. But there was nothing else they could do. They would find the other 3 and search for another solution. Alright, let's go. Ace looked at all 3 of them, and turned and headed through the door. Santa and June followed. Junpei started toward the door and then stopped. So I guess that answers the question if they could still get 2 9s. He'd been too busy with the other concerns to notice the room itself. It didn't seem terribly important now, but what exactly was it? Junpei looked through the room for the first time, noticing that things that weren't doors with 9 on them. Is this like a chapel? A red carpet between 2 columns of wooden benches that ran across the length of the room. The carpet began in a large set of double doors and ran to the bow toward... Junpei wasn't sure. Was it an altar, perhaps? There's a small rectangular alcove at the end of the carpet, and inside the alcove was a raised platform. Resting on top of the platform was a coffin. A coffin. A coffin. What on earth was a coffin doing in a place like that? Before Junpei had time to consider the question. Hey, Junpei! The hell are you doing? Let's move! Santa's voice echoed in the hall outside. Right, okay! I'll be right there! Junpei turned on his heel and left the quiet, somber room. Well, I mean, they already specifically stated it, Kirby, that you couldn't do it. But yes, you're right. Why is the coffin knocking? Why is the coffin knocking? Okay, that stunned me for a second. But I trust the game when it says that there's no combination that would work to get 2 groups through. They took the elevator up to C deck. Once there, they headed back toward the main hall and the central staircase. It didn't take them long. Junpei found Seven and Lotus waiting for them. They didn't look happy. We've got a problem. Clover is gone. Junpei and his 3 companions looked at one another. Turned back to Seven and Lotus. What do you mean, gone? Santa, Ace, and June had their own questions to ask. When? Why? You 2 went to Dorm 1 with Clover, didn't you? Seven and Lotus responded as best they could. Yeah, we went through the door together. But Clover barely spoke to us. She just did her own thing the whole time. There were 4 rooms on the other side of Door 1. She wouldn't let us into the 4th room. She just said, I'll take care of this one. And shut the door. She must have blocked it with something on the other side. We waited for a while, but Clover didn't come out. We called for her, but she didn't answer. So I kicked down the door and went into the room. But... it was empty. Clover wasn't there. There's a door on the other side of the wall, and it was open. We figured she opened the door and left by herself. We ran after her, of course, but... obviously we didn't find her. You figured that much out. Clover's gone. Junpei thought for a moment. When did this happen? We got here just before you. You certainly have excellent timing. So you haven't searched anywhere for them near the staircase? No, we haven't. Finally, Ace spoke. His voice had an edge of resolve and concern. Very well then, we'd best separate and look for Clover. We haven't much time left. Let's begin. There were quick nods all around and the 6 remaining players spread out. Was it a misstep or a good thing that we didn't tell them we found door 9 yet? Junpei and June ran in a large hospital room together. As quickly as they could, they searched around under beds and in the corners. She's not here. No, she isn't. Alright, just in case, let's go take a look in the shower room. The shower room? That's where her brother is. She might have gone to see him. That was exactly what I was thinking. June bit her lip. She knew as Junpei did that there was only one thing to see in the shower room and it wasn't pleasant. Well, we might as well check, right? Let's go. There was a screwdriver stuck between the door and the frame. Junpei and June slipped through the door and moved down the hallway and stepped in the shower room. Okay, never mind. No luck. Yeah, I don't think she's here. June's voice was faint and she placed her hands over her mouth. Her face looked a little green. The stench in the room was almost unbearable. I didn't see any blood stains, so I was like, wait, what? But no, I guess they just haven't shown us them. It had grown far more unpleasant since her last visit. Junpei had eaten lunch. He would have difficulty retaining it. He wanted to leave the room as soon as possible, but he had to be sure. The only way to be sure was to check the other side of the divider. Wait here. June offered no resistance and nodded weakly to Junpei as he headed around the divider. I don't think I wrote those down. L-L-R. It's not that there were 2 9 doors that I'm worried about, Kirby. I'm worried just telling them that we found the 9 door, and them finding a group of people who are willing to go without everybody else. That's what I'm worried about. Were the LLR there earlier? I think they were. But I could have sworn we would have taken note of it, and I don't remember doing so. But this is actually a great time to take our first break for the day. So get up, stretch, wherever you need to be able to keep watching comfortably. And I will be right back.